What's up, Internet? My name is Corey Zamier. This is Collecting with Corey, and you can't teach that. Well, I did just teach you that, so I guess you can teach that. It's time for the weekend adventure in video game hunting. Let's get some fucking games. Alright guys, this is one of those days when you think you've entered in just a regular plain old tag sale and you've happened across a pretty big community sale with a whole bunch of condos participating. This is definitely helping out our numbers quite a bit. As you see here, we have a Nintendo DS lot. Unfortunately, the new Super Mario Bros. Is missing. There's no game in there. Really nice condition Nintendo DSi. Let's see how this goes.
For the Game Boy?
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate.
You want like the games
Yeah,
with
do you
it,
want
or?
the games with it?
Yeah, I was looking for like this stack here. I noticed this one's empty. I don't know if
Oh, that's
you would
because
know.
it's in there.
Well, that one was the
Oh, the
Pokemon game was in
Pokemon?
there. The Mario one
Oh.
wasn't.
So what do we got here? We got Indiana Jones, Transformers, all these.
Oh, I didn't know that one wasn't in there.
Just those four. If you had the Mario game, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that is.
I know a lot of
thought it was in
times people
here.
have like the carrying cases. I was wondering if you might have. Like,
You
had
know
it in there or
what?
something.
No, I don't know what my son did with it.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I thought it. I just assumed that was the game that was in there.
How much would you be asking for? I guess that and all the games then.
These games, or at least
All of them, he
Yeah,
said.
all of them.
You got $25 on you, and they're yours.
I'd do 20. Could do that.
All right.
All right, that's fine.
I'll do 40 on that. There's like 6 or 7 games in there too.
Unfortunately, aside from that DS pickup, that community sale didn't have anything else for us. Quite a few sales later, we have stumbled upon a Sega Dreamcast bundle, and unfortunately it doesn't have any Sega Dreamcast games I actually want to pick up, and they're looking for, I believe, $50. The guy might have offered to sell it to me for $40 at the beginning of this clip once he saw me looking at it. And of course, through the magic of editing, yes, I realize I left behind that Conker's plush that goes for about $50, and it's really unfortunate because I've actually had that in the past from Ted, so I should have known better, but I never even noticed it. So we just forgot to record this. Want to show him?
Okay.
Huh?
What?
You don't want to show him? Oh, jeez. Yeah, we could.
Discussion?
You know, does anybody do that? It's different. We got Cyborg Justice. Unfortunately, just the case for World of Illusion. Mrs. Pac-Man. Sonic the Hedgehog. And lastly, Arrow the Acrobat. $5. So unfortunately, that last Sega Genesis pickup I forgot to film. We had them go into the house to look for their games, and for some reason I didn't film it when they came out. I didn't really think they were going to come out with anything. And this channel we're looking at now,
$2.
one game
I
amongst
think that was the last
the
one.
millions and millions of
That was the
items
last
they have
game,
here,
right?
and they only want $2 for it.
And that's the same as the DVD, $2.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I've been to the grid. I'm gonna trade them a Wii system, $25. Probably pick up some cool games.
3 for 10 or $65 bucks.
as we can see here, seriously contemplating dropping a lot of money on some pretty cool TurboGrafx stuff. Unfortunately, in typical collecting with Corey fashion, I do not film what I actually end up picking up from the grid. So we'll see that in the pickups. Alright guys, it's time for my favorite flea market. Let's get some games. This first vendor here is one that is often spotted by me at some of my local thrift stores. I've never actually seen him purchasing games, so I don't really consider him that bad of a competition. But unfortunately for me, he does not have anything interesting here today at the flea market, so it's time to move on.
I wanted to sell that whole set for 90. Yeah, it has the DS and everything. 2 cases, 27 games.
Might be back. I'm gonna take a look around.
Okay.
I'm going to go see if the lady with the DS lot will split out any of the games, because 90 for all that definitely isn't cutting it with only 3 Mario games, no Pokemon, and a whole bunch of filler shovelware. So I'll see if I can offer like $5 a game and go from there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you did? Oh, geez. Recently, right? Yeah, I was gonna say I saw something.
You wouldn't consider selling any of the games separately?
I'd really like to sell it all together because I have a potential person interested.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I was like, if I could sell it today, that's fine, then I don't have to.
Okay, and all you had for video games was like the DS stuff?
That's
nothing
it.
else?
Yeah, I sold all my other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome.
Really doing great this weekend with catching pickups on film. At my usual flea market, I was able to get this 25th anniversary Mario All-Stars for $10. I'm back at the same vendor that once sold me an NES top loader for I believe $17 or $19. Got a few systems here. NES console that he's had for a few weeks now with Super Mario Bros. 3. He still wants $40 for it. And I was actually looking at these Wii's for the first time ever, just because I did trade in that Wii for I believe $25 to Carl, the grid. So I'm looking for more that I can find for cheap, but he's looking for I believe $30 per Wii for it.
I think it's 2 controller. Look, I told you. Then I think the power supply is there. I think that it should be a game inside there. Mario or something. Super Mario or something.
Yep. Yeah. How much are you asking for it?
I want $40.
40. And how much are you asking for the Wii's?
The Wii's is a complete. I get more than one Wii, but you could have put them. You get one complete set.
Yeah.
I'll take $30 for the Wii.
30.
Yep. If you make a set, I'll take $30 for the Wii. How much you want to pay? Talk to me.
The Wii I was hoping to pay like maybe 10 to 15.
No, take.
Very likely that's going to do it for this weekend adventure in video game hunting. Let's take a look at what I was able to find this week. Alright, so surprise late 10:30 Sunday garage sale find for $5. They had it marked, as she said, 20, 10, and then they took 5. Wish I was recording. I really wasn't expecting to find anything at this garage sale. We just kind of stopped by on the way home, and they had a whole bunch of handhelds, 2 original DS's that they wanted, I think 20 for, one that had a broken hinge that they wanted 10 for, a Game Boy Advance, the Glacier one that they wanted 25 for, prices all over the place. Asked her if she'd do 5 on this when she has it marked 10, and she started talking about how GameStop came by and that they sell it for 30, and it's just like, GameStop doesn't sell this anymore. It's been years since GameStop sold this. She's just like, well, they came by and they bought most of everything that we had,
I'm just like, GameStop? What are you, GameStop came by? GameStop comes a knocking? Either way, happy to have this. Seems like it works. It powers on. They put batteries in it. Just need to put a game in there to see if it works for sure.
Ah, my hair fell out.
Alright guys, let's take a look at what I was able to find on this weekend adventure in video game hunting. Honestly, didn't start off too good. Heard that I missed out on Star Wars and a Mario game for the NES. But I did pick up a DS lot for $20. And it was definitely worth it just because of one game. Not these games though. We got Penguin Club, Herbert's Revenge, which is garbage. Treasure World, more garbage. Rugu Attack, garbage. Lego Indiana Jones 2, which I feel like by the time they were making these, 3DS was out, so probably garbage. Transformers, Dark of the Moon, Autobots, garbage. However, they did have Pokemon Black 2. Unfortunately, it's not Pokemon White 2 because I actually need that, so this will be a recouper. And considering I paid $20 for the lot, I'm already up 10. And it also had a DSi Black in working condition with the stylus. No charger though. I actually forgot to ask about a charger. It's going to be unfortunate if they had it, but whatever. That was at a community sale, just like the miss on the NES games. I did find another thing at that community sale, and that is a little Game Boy Advance SP pouch, which is pretty cool. The Velcro is not as sticky as it could be, but I threw them a quarter and they let me take that, so that's not a bad deal. Went to quite a few sales this weekend, and normally I'm always thinking in my head and comparing what I'm finding to other channels that do the same thing, like CJR, Scott Squatch, and I'm like mentally comparing like the numbers they're pulling in. Like they're saying like we hit 100 sales, and it's just like if I did the math, I'm pretty sure I hit like 100 sales a month, not a day, a month. Like that's how it is in my area. But with how many community sales we hit, I guess that number could get inflated, and maybe in their area that's how they're able to hit 100 sales. But generally speaking, I don't think 100 sales is realistic in Connecticut without community sales. If I had to type in 100 addresses to my GPS, I wouldn't even want to do this anymore. Anyway, at one of these community sales, I did ask about video games, and they went inside, came out with a stack of Sega Genesis games, which is very exciting to me. Unfortunately, as we were walking away, I did get the idea that they might have had more, but I feel like he might have brought these out to kind of feel me out as if I was like a reseller or something. Because as soon as he handed it to me and we made the deal, he asked, so how much are you going to get for those? Which is a really awkward conversation to have, because honestly this stack, there's maybe one game in here I'm going to keep, and the rest I'm going to get rid of because I already have. Not because I want to sell them and make money, because these aren't exactly, you know, breadwinners here. But this was unfortunately empty. World of Illusion, just the case. Mrs. Pac-Man, complete. Cyborg Justice, which I already have, and that's missing the manual. Sonic the Hedgehog, not for resale of course, and that's complete. And then Arrow the Acrobat, which I don't have. It's in nice condition, but unfortunately no manual. And that's the only keeper from that stack. So $5 for everything there. At a random gigantic sale. This was, when you see a multi-family sale, this usually means like maybe 2 people combining their stuff. This sale, you could very clearly see there was like 5 families all set up in this one driveway. Unfortunately, they only had one game amongst everybody, at least one game left, but they only wanted $2 for it because they were classifying it as a DVD. Rumble Roses XX. As I was walking to the car, I had to look it up on eBay just because, as I've said before, I don't collect for the 360, I don't collect for Xbox anymore. I had to justify why I purchased this to Alicia, because boobs. Why would I have bought this? Luckily it's worth 15 bucks, so it was worth it for $2. To end off Saturday, went up to the grid, traded my friend Carl a Wii. He only needed certain parts of it because I guess they mod it for their Smash Brothers tournaments. And for a little bit of money after that trade, I picked up 2 games that I wanted. Got Street Fighter Alpha 3, which I had from way back in the day, but I ended up trading to my friend Ted. And Klonoa for the Wii, which I'll be honest with you, I don't know too much about. I don't know if this is a remake of the original Klonoa game, or if it's just a whole new Klonoa altogether. But I guess with a platformer like that, like, who cares if the story is the same? It's going to be a different experience on a different system. So on Sunday we were very excited to hit up the flea market that I've had some of the best finds ever at. They didn't have shit other than an overpriced DS lot. So we head back to our usual one, and I lucked out and found the 25th anniversary edition of Super Mario All-Stars for the Wii. It's complete, in okay shape. Like, it's obviously not been kept in perfect shape, like the sticker on the bottom is even falling off. But guy was originally asking 15 and I paid him 10, so that's not bad. Unfortunately, it's dropped quite a bit because of the re-release. I believe it was previously up at around $50. Now it's down around $30, so it's not that great of a recouper or a trade for me, but still definitely worth it. Wasn't going to leave it behind when it was literally the only thing worth it at that flea market. We thought we were done. Very much thought we were done. And we stopped at a random tag sale on the way home, literally on the way home. Didn't even have to pull onto a side street, and I wish I'd recorded it because this lady was crazy, as I explained earlier in the video, so I'm not going to rehash that. But for $5, a grape Game Boy Color. Screen could be better. It's very scratchy, but works perfectly fine. So I can't complain about that. So as always, let me know what you guys were able to find on your weekend adventures in video game hunting, if you happen to do this type of thing. And if you feel so inclined, go check out the videos below. On the left-hand side, I have one of my favorite thrifting videos, where my favorite thrift store provides me my current favorite Sega Genesis title. And on the right, a glance back at my Christmas, where my love of my life provides the best Christmas gift of all time. That can be video game related, I guess. I mean, I did receive a cat once, so. As always, guys, keep it real internet.